last week, I'm Palmer. I'm the area director for BNI, so I cover all the Dallas and Fort Worth, but that's about to get split. So August 1st, I'll be able to focus solely on our Fort Worth chapters and growing the region and supporting y'all better, doing more of these, more events, more things that y'all want. One of my favorite workshops, and since I'm only here, this is my last time in here next week, I'm going to merge two together. Each one of these workshops is usually about 2 hours long. So we're going to take it, we're going to knock this thing out, and we're going to get a lot of information really, really quick. Last week we left off on MSP, so right at the end of it, or one of the modules that we took was talking about the levels of a referral. So let's kind of refresh there, because we're going to get started with generating referrals first. Who here wants more referrals? Okay. Who here wants to pass more referrals? Okay. You got to start there, right? You got to generate referrals for other people first, and then in return, they'll come back to you. So let's talk about the level of referrals that you can generate. So real quick, if I said, let me pull this up over here so I know which one's coming up. If I said, which level do you not only qualify the need for the prospect, but you also set up an appointment on their behalf for further discussion? What level would that be? Would that be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 5. Wrong. That'd be a 4. All right, so we're setting an appointment up for them, but we're qualifying the need. All right, let's try again. Let's see what we learned last week. Which level sounds like Jenny is expecting your call? Be sure to mention my name.
1.
2. Yes, 1. That is the lowest. So just you didn't say anything. You might have texted Jenny, and that's about it. And she doesn't know why this person's calling or anything like that. There's no qualification. It's just drop my name, please. What about where you qualify the need of the prospect and tell them how the referred person can help them solve their problem? 3. Very good. All right, at which level do you not only qualify the need for the prospect, but set up a meeting between all 3 parties to personally introduce everyone? 5. That's the 5, yeah. Who does that?
Robert.
I highly recommend it. It makes it a lot easier, it makes it a lot stronger, but I will take like my client out to lunch, invite the person that I want them to introduce to. I'll handle that, and then usually what I do is I'll step away. So I'll make the introduction and then say, hey, lunch is on me, and then I walk out, and then they can make the connection and go from there. I've never had one where I've done that, where the cell did not close for the person I was referring to. It's 100% effective every time I've done it. Can't do it all the time, but that is the highest level, and I highly recommend it. So what does that leave? That leaves level 2, which is just like send an email to somebody. So personal letter, an email, a recommendation. So it's just saying, hey, this is John. I think I think y'all need to talk to each other. He does X, Y, and Z. So that's so what we want to strive for is 3 or higher. Honestly, 4 or 5 would be the best options. So let's get through some of this, but I do want to mention this. We are going to have like breakout groups, and we are going to get together and we're going to talk a little bit. So don't debate each other. That's not what we're here for. I want everybody to participate and stay engaged today. And another thing is when I bring y'all back together, we're going to have to stop quickly and move on. So don't keep your conversations going. I know you might be mid-sentence, but when I bring you back together, please stop. Refocus so we can keep moving on. We don't want to be waiting for you. If you do have a question, feel free to ask it. If it's off topic or it's going to derail me a little bit, I'm going to put it in what I call a parking lot, and then I'll answer it at the end, either one-on-one or in some other capacity. All right, so we already did the introductions. Let's start with kind of the basics. Referrals are literally everywhere. So if you really want to get good at generating referrals, you have to be able to see referrals all the time, no matter where they're at. So who here knows knows what sensing referrals means?
Pain points.
Sensing referrals. It was in the MSP too. They hit it really, really quick. What does it sound like? Listening could be one. So it's talking about your 5 senses, right? Taste, touch, smell, sight, sound, right? So how do you, let's go with go site. How do you see a referral for somebody?
Dead trees in one's yard.
That would be it, right? There's a referral. Yeah, no, that's an easy one, right? What else could you see?
A busted up roof.
Busted up roof, yeah, you can see it from there. Yep. So there's referral for your roofer. What else?
That might
Oh,
not be.
no,
Might not be. Do we have an employment services? There might be a few.
What else? What else can you see?
A marriage.
Something that, families can work with.
My friend tells me he hasn't done his taxes in 3 years.
That's listening.
That's
That'd
what
be a listening statement. What if,
That's not me.
I gave a referral to a florist one time. So I used to always give a referral to the florist in my chapter for, just events, right? My wife's birthday or anniversary or whatever it might have been. And those are all great, but it's like $50 here or there, right? It's not life-changing for her. One day I was walking through the lobby of the office building that I work, which actually has 12 other office buildings in the complex, and there were dead flowers on the table. I didn't think anything of it. Came back next week, dead flowers on the table again. So I go up to the guy and I'm like, hey, who does it? He's like, I don't know who does this. We did with the property manager. Got with the property manager and just said, hey, look, every time I come in, there's dead flowers. I have a florist that can set you up and put flowers on the table week in, week out. You'll never see a dead one in all 12 office buildings. She got that job. It ended up being about $80,000 a year for her.
Wow.
Yeah, because they didn't want it just in their offices. They wanted it in training rooms and all over the building and plants and corners and stuff like that. It was a massive job for her to set her up, and way better than any one referral. But that was just me seeing it. At first, though, it didn't translate. Walked by and didn't think twice of it. It's just dead flowers in the lobby. But then I'm like, well, and so that's how you can see a referral and see a bigger picture. What about, so let's go with taste. So site, what about taste? How do you taste a referral?
Food at a restaurant is all I'm getting.
Yeah, we have restaurant owners and stuff, caterers, stuff like that. If you're eating, maybe you go to an event and maybe it's not up to par. The easiest one for me, we had a water purification guy. I always drink water out of a bottle, right? And so he was like, yeah, you see people drinking like this? Ask them the water tastes metallic, right? Or if, when you take a drink, you feel like you have to come back to it again. Also, the Botanical Gardens right here. When I went to the restroom this morning when I came in, they have a water fountain, has a purification one. So if you ever see a water fountain without one, where you can fill up a bottle with purified water, those are the things that you can taste, right? You taste the metals in the water, people look at that, water purification, that always comes to mind. Catering could be one at an event, or something similar. So let's go hearing. How do you listen or hear for a referral? More so than me coming out and saying, hey, like my roof's all jacked up, the water's leaking. Like more than me just telling you I need to have a need. How can we listen for a referral?
I listen to pain points whenever I talk to clients. And just for Laura, I was talking to one of my clients yesterday about his payroll, because he was like, man, my payroll doesn't do this or that. So I said, well, I got several people you can talk to. And he said, well, will they do this or that? If they do, I will switch. So I was like, I can absolutely connect you guys.
Yep, and I mean, that's them asking questions, so I'm kind of asking you, found a pain point. What are other ways where maybe nobody's even talking that you can listen?
Like a car sounds all jacked up.
Yes, easy. I mean, that was me the other day. It was also my neighbor. I mean, every time he's a cop, he comes in at like 4 a.m. at night or in the morning, and every time the brakes just squeak, and you can just hear him pumping the brakes because we're on a hill too. So he's all the way up to his driveway. You just hear it drive by our house and up his driveway. Gave a referral to a mobile mechanic in the group in Mansfield, came out, fixed him that day. And he told me, he was like, hey, no, like I don't have time to take it in the shop. I'm only driving a couple miles. I was like, you don't have to take it in the shop. I'll have somebody come out to you. Dude, blew away by that. Guy came out, fixed his brakes just there. So that's just listening for what other things can we listen for? We'll get into some other where people are actually talking, but think like that, right? What we did site, we did kind of how the smell.
Well, listening, I think, is when somebody maybe walking up and feeling like, ouch, I'm like, really tired.
Yeah, if their joints are popping or something, yeah, like their knee pop every time they bend it, that's great.
The smell would be for you, purity.
Mhm. Yeah, mold.
Or musty air, could be an HVAC system, could be a refrigeration, could be a water leak, could be all sorts of stuff. Maybe smell like that smoke residue, maybe there was a fire in the past, it wasn't cleaned up right. What if, for sight, if somebody's like rubbing their shoulder or just like not like I'm sore, that's another form for chiropractor. What I always smell all the time at my house that always sends a referral over to a massage therapist is icy hot, Bengay, that type of thing. My wife puts that stuff on, I'm like, yeah, you need to go get a massage. Like, you need to just get your muscles massaged out, you can sit on your desk however long, or you need to go get it adjusted or whatever. I just want her out of the house, to be honest. Yes, but that smell always clues me in there's a referral opportunity every time I smell it. And if I'm ever at a gym or something, I smell it too. Who's hurt? Yeah, no, I start asking. I start looking at gym bags. I start looking around. Like, hey, who do I need to talk to? Just start up a conversation. Because they're trying to work out the soreness, or they're sore. They might need a masseuse. They might need a physical therapist. They could need a chiropractor. This is how we can build our health and wellness team really, really quickly. Is we know who to start referring them to. We also invite them to our chapter. Which one am I missing? Sight, smell, touch. What do you touch her for?
Auto repair. This feels broken.
Yeah, if you're a mechanic. I've never actually just touched my car and felt like it was broken.
Maybe you want that.
Yeah, but no, you could. What other ones? Think about the people in the room too, and y'all think about yourselves too.
I mean, you walk into a room that's really, really hot. Hey, you should probably call Nate to come with your AC.
Yeah, you're feeling that, right? Or you feel the change, right? So this side of the room's hot, this side of the room's cold. Might be a duct issue, AC issue. Yes, you're feeling that. Another good one is go to doctor's offices. So I was actually just in one. Man, like the sofas probably haven't been changed in years, or the chairs haven't. They're lumpy, they're off, right? That'd be a great place. We actually have a member from Barry. Barry does office furniture. They furnish whole offices, and they do all that kind of stuff. So, and I was sitting there, I was immediately thinking, like, this is not comfortable. This one was wobbly. This table's wobbly. They need new furniture. They probably haven't changed it. This doctor, I've been going to this doctor since I was, 15 years old, and I'm pretty sure these are the same chairs. Easy referral right there. Talked to the doctor when I was back there. I was like, yeah, your waiting room stinks and it doesn't feel good. I don't feel comfortable sitting there. It's like, I'm gonna send you my guy. So I don't know if they'll get the deal, but the doctor's expected them. And I told him just do a door call just like you would as a pharmaceutical rep. That was my background. I told him exactly who you need to ask for and how to get to the doctor. So you should be able to get that one. But yeah, it's just things like that. So if you get really good at doing that, the amount of referrals you're going to be passing for people, if you're just sensing them all the time, you're always looking on them, and that's our problem. We walk out of this room, and then we don't think about anything or anyone except for ourselves and our business and what's next on our list. But we got to get our mind to engage and start sensing, start seeing, start looking, start smelling, start tasting for referrals because they're everywhere. Okay, so that's number one. Those are the things you do. Next one, what about planning, bragging, and complaining techniques? So, what would somebody be planning that could pass referrals to people in the room? Wedding? Who would that go to?
Skip.
Yeah.
You guys remember my ass?
Maybe a lender, maybe financial advisor.
Yeah,
Real
like-
estate agent,
Yeah,
might be
you
looking
go to
for.
almost anyone if you ask the right questions, right? If you actually listen, ask the right questions. But do you know what questions to ask when somebody says, "Hey, I'm planning a wedding," to get a referral to the financial advisor? Probably not. Should probably do one-on-one. Do you know the right questions to ask when somebody says, "Hey, I'm getting married," to give a referral to or to to a mortgage lender or to our real estate agent? If you don't know what questions you should be asking when somebody's planning an event to get them to every single person in this room, we're missing out. You need to do better one-to-ones. We'll talk about that later today. But yeah, somebody planning a wedding could send half the room. You get a referral for half the room. Event planner, venue, caterer, those are all common. Those are all no-brainers, but it could be so much more. is they're merging lives together. They need a financial advisor, they need a new home, maybe they're selling a home, buying a home, they need all sorts of insurance, everything. New cars might be on the menu, who knows? So, maybe they own a business, have we asked, right? That could get our business services going. So what about planning? What else could you be planning? That's referrals.
Planning to buy a home.
Planning to buy a home? Yep,
A
absolutely.
divorce.
Trip,
They're planning a divorce.
Could be, that's a great one for half the room too.
baby.
I love divorces. I'm a financial advisor. when
Personally subscribe to them, but I don't.
Yeah, no, they're great for my business. I mean, usually when somebody's working with a competitor of mine and they get a divorce, only one stays with them. If the husband found the financial advisor in the first place, he stays, the wife goes, who do I get? The wife, right? Yeah.
So you're marketing at Coldplay concerts?
So.
Funny.
Journey.
Okay, I saw you on the big screen.
Those are good. What else? Planning, maybe it's a birthday party. I got one this weekend. Because we got a lot of referrals for that. Maybe you're planning a vacation. There's your travel agent, everything else, right?
Buying a business is actually a really big one for me.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big place I spend a lot of time.
Somebody's thinking about. Yeah.
Retirement.
And then that could get you, that could get our financial advisor, could get our bookkeeping and CPA all on board, could get benefits, health benefits, if they find an established business with employees. You know, a lot of people can get involved in the broker stuff, so all that. What about bragging? What would somebody be bragging about that could lead to referrals?
You just bought a new house.
Just bought a new house, bragging about their new house. That could pass, who would that pass referrals to?
Roofer.
Everyone.
Tree guy.
Home inspector, possibly.
Are you sure you got a good rate?
Tree guy, yeah, landscaper.
Insurance.
Insurance, maybe, if they haven't got it already closed. What else? Somebody brag about?
I said inheritance.
Inheritance, yeah, coming in with some money. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Red job.
New job, promotion, making more money, got a promotion. My kid just graduated, he's going to college. I just got a new car. There's not a conversation I have where somebody's not complaining, bragging, or planning something. I mean, should think about all the conversations you have. Like, once you get out of the chit chat, hey, how are you? Great, good. How are you? Fine. Once you get out of that, if you keep the conversation going, one of these things are going to come up every single time. Do you have everybody? Do you have your Rolodex of your BNI people in your mind when they're talking? I pass a lot of referrals, or I gather an opportunity for a lot of referrals at family events all the time. My family likes to talk, they like to complain or brag or whatever. And I know we're not supposed to be selling or whatever, but I listen, then I follow back up after Thanksgiving. I go, hey, you mentioned XYZ. I heard you. Do you want help with that? Yes or no?
I heard you.
Yeah. It's easy, and it seems like I care.
Seems like.
I do, but I also
It's the facade that I do.
What would somebody complain about though? What complaints might you hear on a day-to-day basis?
Kids.
What about kids?
Like
Just kids in
suck.
general?
Bills.
Yeah.
Their insurance just went up.
Insurance just went up, my kids are failing school, they need a tutor. or-
Back pain.
Kids,
Right.
college.
College tuition coming out.
Back pain.
Yeah.
I need to buy a house.
Yeah, what about you? Right? Sitting at a desk all day, my back hurts, anything. I mean, it's all the time. The problem is, we hear that, we're like, man, I'm so sorry, and then we move on. Sure, your kids are like that. So, yeah, okay. No, we gotta start asking questions. So here's the biggest problem I see and why people don't generate more referrals. They don't know what questions they should be asking for the fellow people in the room. You should not be on your commercial, be telling people just what you're looking for. You need to tell people how to get the people you're looking for over to you. The how is always missing. Once you all know the how for every single person here, and you're sort of sensing referrals, and you're looking around for them all the time, and you're listening to conversations, you'll ask one or two questions and then there's a referral every single time. So that's what we're going to work on. That's going to be project number one. We're going to identify some referrals real quick. We're going to break out in groups of 3. We're going to go 4, and then everybody else 3. Okay, so 3 at the top here, 3 in the corner, 3, 3, and 4. Perfect. We're going to do that, and here's what we're going to do. I want everybody to take 2 minutes real quick. Think about a personal need that you have. It needs to be real. Don't just make something up. You're gonna get a referral possibly for it, or a solution to your problem. But think about a need that you have either personally or professionally. It could be a struggle you're having in business, it could be a work-life balance issue, it could just be a health issue, it could be anything. But be prepared to share it. And then the way you're gonna share it, it's really simple. You're not just gonna say, well, I have a need for this. Because nobody says that. What you're gonna do is either create a story or complain about something, brag about something, plan something. And the other two people in the group are that have to be listening and figuring out options that might solve your problem. So you don't be listening down, oh, maybe you need a travel agent, maybe you need this person, maybe you need this person, maybe one of these three. Then we're gonna circle back and say, hey, any of these three help solve your issue? If they do, you're gonna make a connection, right? If you know one. So you gotta identify who they need to talk to, and then hopefully you know somebody that you can make the connection with. Everybody understand? See some deer in the headlights. You get this?
Yep.
Okay, break down. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes first to think about right now. Think about your need, personal or professional. I'm gonna put a timer for 2 minutes, and then after that, we're gonna jump straight into it for 15 minutes. So 2 minutes, think about your need. That had a need, and we did not have the answer in our group. Okay, we got work to do, right? So we got to build out a group. Who here could solve that problem though, even though the person wasn't here in the group? Some of us could, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we have a good.
If not, y'all got to start going to other BNI groups, because I can solve half the problems in this room just because I know all 950 members of BNI. So I know we have an answer somewhere. If you're not going to other groups, if you're not visiting other groups, you're not expanding your network. 20 people in a room is great. A network
I've
of
been to a
950
few.
is
It's
better.
interesting to go.
And if you can get them passing you referrals, they're knowing, because you're constantly giving them referrals and you're giving cross-chapter referrals, you get credit either way. Doesn't matter if you give it in this room or to the group that meets on Thursdays. Doesn't matter. You get credit either way. Gotta know people. You gotta be a problem solver. Gotta be a master connector. If you want to generate more referrals for yourself, you gotta start generating more referrals for other people and connecting them. Okay? So hopefully though, everybody, did y'all pass at least one referral in this group? Did somebody make a connection? Y'all pass a referral, we're then make an introduction? Yeah? Alright, good. What about that group? I didn't get to talk to y'all. Yeah? Yeah? Alright, good. This group? Make an
Yes.
introduction? That group? Yeah? Yeah? Alright, so how many referrals were passed today?
5.
Potentially. You passed 5 in your groups?
6.
6, maybe? 1, 7? 8, 9
Overachievers.
introductions, maybe. You know, I could pass probably 5, 6 days, just today alone. If I told y'all I have somebody for you, by the way, when I was walking around, hold me accountable to that, email me or text me and say, hey, he told me you had somebody for this problem. So I told like 5, 6 of y'all. I don't remember all of them. So hold me accountable and I'll make the introductions. I promise you I will, and make those introductions. And y'all can pass the referrals yourself, right? Some of them are BNI, some of them aren't. So this is why we want to have a massive network, and we should be networking outside of BNI as well. Hopefully that was a good lesson, because here's the thing, when we're doing one-to-ones with people, we should be solving personal needs, professional needs, and other things too. We should not just always be looking for, what do you need for your business or things like that. Some of the most rewarding things is when you can start solving somebody's problem for every single thing. All of a sudden they'll figure out how to solve one of yours, or they'll come as a client, or to try to repay you or something like that. They feel almost like they owe you. And that's where you want everybody, right? You want everybody, hey, I owe you, I gotta get you business, keep giving me stuff, I gotta get you business, keep connecting me, I gotta get you something. That's where you want everybody.
Well, I have a question,
Yes.
just because I'm a newer member. What is when you visit other BNI groups, what's the etiquette? Like, you go one time, then go to another one time, or you can go to
the way I do it,
where it's not a conflict of
the way
interest?
The way I do it, I don't care if there's conflict of interest.
Okay.
You need to have an abundance mindset. If I
Okay.
can walk into your group, do a 30-second commercial, take the business from him, he's the issue, not me.
Okay.
Right? Like, that's on him. If a 30-second or a minute commercial is still your business, you're the problem. Right? You should not be threatened by me. So, but the way I do it to make it nice, rather than doing a commercial on top of the financial advising room, because there's one in every one, I would go visit a chapter and I would go, hey, my name's Beau Palmer. I'm a member of BNI Shady Valley. I hold the financial advising chair. I came here today because I'm looking for connections to a CPA, a business attorney, and a family attorney. The reason I'm looking for these is because I have referrals to pass, and I would love to do a one-on-one with those people. If you're in the room, come meet me afterwards. I'd love to set that up. And I sit down. Who comes up to me afterwards? the 3 people I was looking for. We set up our one-to-one. I passed them referrals, and I start making connections. I did this with the estate planning attorney, and I passed him 3 referrals right then and there. And he goes, "Oh my God." He's like, "Seriously?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll make the introductions right here." We just got on the phone. I started calling them and said, "Hey, just put him on the phone. Hey, I'm with an estate planning attorney. We talked about your wills and trusts last week. Here he is. Set up an appointment." And I just started calling my clients, started doing it. He goes, "You just passed me more referrals in a single one-to-one than my financial advisor has passed me in 3 years of being in the group together." Who do you think started getting the business after that? I didn't steal his business. He just didn't earn the business. So I have connections, and that's the way I go. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I'm just looking for connections because I have needs that need to get solved, and my clients have needs that need to get solved, and I need these people in my network. And they weren't in. None of those people were in my group.
Yeah,
So I was going to send cross-chapter referrals either way.
that's very helpful, thank you.
Yep. So, if you want to try taking those, all right, we're moving on to something else. We are gonna start working on one-to-ones now. So we know how to generate referrals for one another. We know how to set that up. We should be past our referrals. So everybody today should be past the referrals. It should be more than just the 3, 4, 5, 6 that I saw go around this morning. We should have a lot more than that now. So we're gonna do a quick activity. So everybody knows that we should be doing a one-to-one, and when we do a one-to-one, we should be passing 2 documents. What 2 documents should we pass out before the one-to-one ever comes about?
Bio sheet,
The bio sheet and
The game.
gains
game
exchange.
profile. Who here has their bio and game profile completed?
Most of you guys do, it's in BNI Connect. And you know how to look up someone, others members' gains profile in BNI Connect?
Teach us,
How do you do it?
Vice President.
Next week for educational moment, Robert's gonna show everyone.
Awesome.
So here's what I want you to do, is if you already have yours, just pull it up on your phone or your computer or whatever, just pull up your BNI Connect. If not, I want you to fill out the sheet real quick. I'm gonna give you about 5 minutes to just go as quickly as we can. We're then gonna partner up here, and then pass your bio and gains to the other person. They're gonna read through it and say, "Hey, I think you could add this," or "Hey, you're missing this," or "I don't understand what this means," or whatever. And they'll help you clarify and make it a little more where people can engage with it a little bit better, maybe. So that's goal number 1. So that's what we're gonna do. I think that's the first one. That's the first one. Yeah. So do that. Fill out your bio sheet and your gains profile. So in the strategic one-to-one packet I gave you, it's like the 2nd and 3rd page or something like that. So go ahead and fill that out. Give you 5 minutes real quick. Knock it out.
All right, in the BNI Connect app, if you click on your picture, it will bring up my bio. And underneath my bio has gains profile, my bio, hot profile, weekly presentation 2. If those are not filled out,
Is that on the Connect? That's on the Connect,
it's
right?
also on
In
BNI
the
Connect.
app,
Yeah.
yeah.
If it's in BNI Connect, it's on the phone. If it's on the phone, it's on the computer.
I do want to show you something though. So while we're doing this and while we're looking at the Connect app, so I typed in Kim. This is how I have to search for people. This is how all you have to search for people. So if you know their name or whatever, you can just type in and you search, and then that's what Kim popped up. I clicked on Kim's profile, so all I did was hit the magnifying glass. I was over here. I typed in her name because I know who I'm looking for. She pops up. I need her phone number. Anybody show me where her phone number is? I need to connect some people. I need, I got her email, but I want her phone number. So here's what happens when you create your BNI profile. The first thing you do as a new member should be update and put all the information in your profile. You should complete that out. The second thing you need to do is,
It's on my profile.
oh no, it's on your, you see it. I don't see it.
How do,
Here's how we change
teaching
that.
us.
So I'm gonna show you what you need to do is the settings default to this. So as you see here, you have 3 options. No one can see it.
Oh my
Only
God.
my BNI connections can see it.
Mhm.
So only if we're connected, if we're friends in BNI Connect,
Wow.
or everyone in BNI can see it. You want everyone to see it. You people are all hidden. Everyone is. I do this all the time, and I can't find people. I'm like, oh, I know the irrigation guy over here. I don't have him on my phone. Let me go look him up. No contact information.
that was it.
So does that irrigation guy get the business? No, he does not. I gotta go find somebody else. So make sure You go in and you put it to all. Okay? When you do that, your profile will show all your contact detail and not just some of them. So you want everything to see, and that's the easiest thing you can do to be visible. I get referrals out of state all the time. These people read my profile, they read my commercials because my weekly presentations are typed out in there. And then he goes, you know what, that resonated with me. So I just got a referral, I guess it was about 6 months ago, from a guy in Florida. His clients were moving to Texas, moving to the DFW area. They did not want to work with him anymore, even though he's licensed. They wanted somebody local. They wanted somebody that they could sit down, shake hands, or go to the office with. He read my profile and he goes, you know what? I've read 6 profiles. Half of them are empty. Half of them don't have anything. I asked somebody here in Florida, who should I talk to? And they're like, oh, the area director there used to do what you do. Talk to him. He goes, I read your profile. I love it. Let's do a one-to-one real quick. We did a one-to-one. He sent me the referral. And now I got all that business. All because he found me or could find me in BNI Connect. So you never know where your next best referral is going to come from, but if you're invisible, you're not going to get one, I can tell you that. So create that. So do that. Don't do that now. Do that later. We're working on the one-to-one space right now, or the profile and gains. So do your biography and gains, fill that out, and give you 5 minutes, so you're probably not going to get completely done. Get that done. That's a great thing for your initial one-on-ones. If you're not using it on the first time meeting somebody, I highly recommend sending it to them beforehand. They get to know you. It also takes out the fluff. And it also allows us to jump in strategically right away. So when I have your bio and gains beforehand, see you later, then I know, let's say you're connected to an organization that I want to be a part of or I've been looking for an introduction to. I know that right there in your organizations or in the services that you provide, or maybe you're with a nonprofit. So as soon as we jump in, I can talk about that, right? We can create common ground there, and then we make an introduction or a connection. You're already involved. So use that. That's a great initial one. What I gave you here is this packet. This is a great second one-to-one. We always follow up. I used to do 2 one-to-ones with somebody in like a 2 to 3 week period. We do our initial one so we can create the foundation, kind of get to know each other, pass those bios and gains, kind of see what you're looking for. The next one, we're going to come back together and we're going to do a strategic one-to-one. So on this, a couple things I like is, one, it has a contact sphere worksheet. So who's naturally in your contact sphere? You know, whose professions or related professions to you? So who can you send referrals to? Who's your downline to, right? So who's upstream from you, downstream from you, right? Who naturally sends you referrals that you need to get introduced to? And who do you send referrals that you need to get introduced to as well, right? So we're making a list of people that we're going to get introduced to, even our top 3. So when you share this with somebody, and I share you mine, we're going to go through and it's going to be like, oh, hey, you put CPA on here. I have a CPA. Do you know Ron? No? Let's make that introduction. Okay, what about, do you know any other CPAs? Yeah, I know 3 more actually as well. Do you want introductions to them? I don't personally use them, but I know. Yeah. Okay, well, I just passed 3 referrals right there. I just increased your connections. You just asked for these people. So if you want a massage therapist or a physical therapist or whoever you want, put it on here. Because the job, my goal is to at least make 1 connection. If you give me 10 different classifications, I should know somebody in one of these 10. Mm-hmm. And if I do, and you're walking away from our one-to-one with a new introduction, new connection. Mm-hmm. And sometimes connections are the best source of referrals. I might not be able to pass you a referral. I don't work in the same business or in the same sphere as you. I don't know the same context. I can't help you in that area, but I do know these people. And guess what? If I refer them over to you, y'all make a connection and they start referring you business, all that's thanks to me. So you're welcome, right? And you're going to say, hey, thanks for that connection. He already sent me 3 referrals. Awesome. I get credit for that. If they're not a BNI, it's like me passing the referrals. Mm-hmm. So that's number 1 that you want to do on your second one at least, maybe even on the first one if you have time. And then you write down your best customers. Why do we write down our best customers?
You can find more like them.
So we find more like them. So here's the thing that shocked the guy. I was doing one with a T-Rock roofing guy, and the roofer, and he goes, look, dude, I'm doing a one-to-one with you. I know you know a lot about BNI, but like you're in financial advising, I'm in roofing. We're never gonna send referrals to each other. I go, well, let's talk about your last customer real quick. Okay, tell me about the house, the roof you just replaced. Oh yeah, it was a family in Colleyville. They had 2 kids. They're a husband and wife. They had a 4,000 square foot house. They're amazing. They're the nicest people ever. They had, their kids play soccer, all this other stuff. I go, guess what? Guess who I just helped out of? I helped a guy in South Lake. He's a client of mine. He's a husband and wife. They have 2 kids. The kids play sports, all that. We're seeing the same people. We're doing different jobs for the same people, but we're seeing the same people. So now our problem is, It's not that we don't see the same people and we don't do business. Our job, or my job to you, is teach you how to get that family that you just helped referred over to me. And I gotta talk to the family that I just helped and get them over to you. So what questions should I be asking? And how should I be going about it? So now we're strategically planning our visits. So now when he goes and gets up on a roof, he asks a certain question, or he asks questions like, hey, do you have plans, your kids play sports, or are you hoping for scholarships? They're not that good. Well, are they going to college? Yeah. You have a college plan? No, I haven't got to set that up in 5 minutes for you. It just gives me a foot through the door and I'm in. Simple, easy. He asks a couple questions, I'm done. I mean, we always focus on the kids because everybody wants to talk about the kids. Everyone wants to talk about their retirement to a roofer. But people will brag about their kids, right? When they're bragging things. And then the same thing for me is I'm asking 1,000 questions to the people I'm onboarding anyway. So I'm like, hey, what's your mortgage interest rate? How long have you lived in the house? All this other stuff. When's the last time your home got inspected? They don't know that it's not a normal question for me. They say, I don't know. Well, I'll have a guy out there tomorrow. Call him up. He gets out there in 24 hours every single time. Brings up my credibility with my clients and value. Brings up his. We're connecting people. You want to do this. So that's number 2. And then the last one, before we leave, the last type of one-to-one is something I created, but it works like gold. It's called a process one-to-one. So a lot of times we have, so I don't know Doug's process. I have no clue if I send him a referral what that client goes through. I'm putting my name and reputation on the line, and I don't know what they're about to get experience. So what I do with Doug is we go through a process one-to-one. I go, Doug, here's what I want to do. I want to go get coffee together. I want you to get 30 minutes. You walk me through your onboarding process of a new client. Take me through everything you talk about. Ask me questions. Pretend I'm your client. You're not selling me, but pretend I'm your client. I'll answer them, or I'll make up a story, or whatever it has to be. But walk me through your process. I want to see it. In return, what I'm going to do is, as you're walking me through the process, I'm going to be thinking of questions that you could have asked in certain points for me and my business that you missed. You missed an opportunity to give me a referral. Then in return, we're going to flip it around. I'm going to show you my process. And then you're going to be thinking of areas where I missed questions that I could have asked for you and got you business. You can do this with anybody. So I did it with, a roofer and HVAC guy. I did it with my HVAC guy. We went out to a house. I met him at a job site, and I just said, hey, just walk me through your process. Yeah, the first time I ever been in this house, he goes, knocks on the door, talks to the person. We get up in the attic together. We go around. We clean out the unit. We did all that.
Wow.
I'm sweating. After that, we go to a coffee shop. I show him my process, but now I know what every person is going to see when I put my name online, the reputation online, and said, hey, you need to call my HVAC guy. This is him. This is Bob. Bob Cameron. He's the best in the business. Here's what he's going to take you through.
It's good.
And guess what I learned? He missed 7, 8, 9 opportunities to ask questions about my business. Because he was there only focused on the HVAC and not focused on anybody else in the group. So no wonder why he comes every single week and doesn't have referrals. I did that one time with him. Usually once a month he passes me a referral now. So some of my best referral partners are not the CPAs, the estate plan attorneys, and the people in my power team that I thought. They're the tradespeople. Because I educated them and taught them how to refer me. So that's what you gotta do. You wanna level up your one-to-ones, you wanna walk away with an introduction to a professional contact or a referral every single time, start doing the strategic one-on-one, and start doing the process one-on-one. Your initial one, don't do that on the first one. People are gonna think you're crazy. First one, bio and gains, get to know, follow up in 2 weeks and do something and say, we're doing a strategic planning session for our businesses. That's what we're meeting for. The coffee's just an add-in, or the lunch is just a perk. Okay? Is a lot of times I think we start talking, we start chit-chatting, and then we walk away and we have nothing. Or somebody sold us the whole time, or somebody talked about their business the whole time. It's like, well, I know everything about them, but they didn't ask the same question about me. These things allow us to talk back and forth and work on each other. So there you go, guys. That's it. That's the key
That's
to
good.
what we're talking about.
Thank you.